Engineer, spell it out clearly. Engineer. That's what I am.
And check everything out to make sure that we put it together correctly. Oh, just like that.
Get much further. Oh, I forgot my Frosty. Damn it.
Frosty Friday.
Ah, it's all watered down now. Damn it.
You know what happened?
Alright guys, what's going on? So we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video, building the engine for my truck. So last time we finished up modifying everything we needed for the block, getting the crank set, checking our end plate, making sure that was all good, tearing the whole thing back apart, and then deep cleaning everything. Now we have the block back on the stand, oiled back up, deep cleaned, and we're actually chasing all the threads and getting ready to put it back together. So we got some parts laid out here for the bottom end. I actually did end up calling Canton because I was concerned about running a girdle with bolts at the RPM I'm trying to turn with this thing. They said it's more than fine. They've ran motors up to 9,000 plus with these setups, full-blown race engines. He said I should have zero problem with this setup. He's never had one come apart, so that makes me feel a little bit better. So I'm just going to take their word on it. This is an ARP bolt that's spec'd out for the girdle and their windage tray. It's all basically one unit. It's designed to work together, so therefore I'm not going to try to interchange stuff and change it. If it works, use it. So got Josh here helping me out, and we're chasing out some threads so you guys can see we got everything all oiled up because it does tend to flash rust right when you put water on it. But yeah, I find a bunch of shmoo in there.
Shmoo.
Yeah, all the shmoo. It's a 68-day coated block, so it can't be perfect. So we're getting all those chased out on the heads right now. I'm probably going to go to Sean's house and steal his head studs because that's the kind of friend I am. He's not putting his motor together. He doesn't need it yet. Probably steal some stuff from Sean because it's funny and we can do that. And then we'll probably go ahead and flip this thing over and go ahead and throw our bearings back in. Which we got all just kind of tucked away right here in order. Throw those guys back in, make sure they're all cleaned up, throw our main caps in, and hopefully we're putting these bad mamma jammas back in. Let's check these bad boys out if you haven't already. Oh yeah, 6.8 cc dome, forged icon piston. It's a 5.4 inch forged H-beam rod, ARP hardware on the bottom. It's pretty rad. So hopefully we'll get these things in and this thing will look like jewelry. So we're gonna go and get these things chased up, start assembling it. So just when you spend a bunch of time, money, and having your engine machine that gets hot tanked, you know, 1 or 2 times depending on how many times they clean it, you clean it yourself and you chase your threads, there's always still a bunch of crap left in the block. It's a 60-plus-year-old engine. It's not going to be perfect. So inside of here, the threads might look clean, but down at the very bottom there might be a bunch of chunk, smooth, poo, whatever else other stuff you might find that could be preventing torque. It'll basically butt up to it if you're not careful. So always gotta check that stuff. Alright guys, before we get too far in today's video, I'm reading through all the comments on the last one. It just actually uploaded today. It was like a same-day upload for you guys. I want to point out 2 things real quick. First one being, I totally am super appreciative of all the creative criticism that goes on. So recommended tips on things, I appreciate that because I'm a novice at this. I'm not going to act like I'm a professional engine builder, but I am an engineering student, so I'm very familiar with how things work, and I'm very big with the research and figuring out what setups are gonna work, what's designed to work, what doesn't work, how things have failed, why things fail, and what to correct in the future. And I'm relating that even to my own engine that technically has failed for reasons that I knew going in. So it wasn't like accidentally did something wrong and then it broke. I put that motor together expecting 1,000 miles. I got 6,000. Now it's making a slight noise, so it's time to pull it apart, which leads us into this engine. So I appreciate all the comments that you guys are putting out there. It's really helpful. Here's your typical guys that, you know, maybe have never built a motor that like to give me advice, which is, you know, just the way it goes. But this is the second thing I want to point out. This isn't necessarily a how-to video. I'm just documenting me doing something. That's how all my videos are. I don't do how-to videos. I don't like to classify myself as an expert because when I'm obviously not. This is just me showing you guys me doing something. It's a process from start to finish. If it fails at the end, you guys can watch and learn from it. Then you can use it as a how-to in that sense. But this is me just putting this whole thing together from start to finish and showing you guys the process. So I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to the video sponsor Blaster. Now, if you guys are anything like me, you have a ton of rusty projects going on and this stuff is your bread and butter. I use this on everything around here, whether it be pulling this engine apart or putting it back together, this kind of stuff. All the Blaster products come in handy no matter what the task you're doing. And the main contributing factor to that is the original PB'Blaster. I've used this for years and years and years, and this is something I can kind of use to my advantage. I can spray it on a bolt good and take a break, make a sandwich, come back, and then crack it loose and it'll pop right off pretty much every time. I've never broken a bolt using this. I've broken plenty in my lifetime not using it. And so for me, this is something that is definitely necessary to have around. Blaster has been the #1 selling penetrant since 1957. I found cans of this stuff that are 30, 40 years old in people's garages and they still work perfectly to this day. They've got this stuff in a bunch of different variants and you can get it now with their new Pro Straw. This is a patented design. You can flip it out and then on the back it has an adjuster so you don't use too much of the product. You don't want to waste it, or you only want just a little bit to get in the threads and you don't want to overdo it and drip it and run it everywhere. This stuff's got you covered. They even have a big shot can which is quite literally twice the size and you can pretty much just spray everything that's rusty and I like it. I use Blaster products pretty much every day in the shop. There's a lot more than just PB'Blaster. You can use lubricants such as their Multimax or undercarriage protection like their Surface Shield. No matter what the job, big or small, Blaster has you covered. I encourage you guys to check out the link down below and actually check out the wide range of products that Blaster offers. A lot of guys don't realize how many products that Blaster offers. It's a lot more than just the Blaster. I just want to give a massive thank you to Blaster for working with me on today's video. Let's get back into it. Ooh, these are the nice gloves.
They are. I don't mess around, dude.
Wow, they actually like go on your hand and don't just tear instantly.
I'm not breaking the camera.
Oh.
It's called backfire.
Backfire.
Check your power valve.
Oh yeah, blew that guy right out. Impossible. Humans make mistakes on camera and put it on YouTube? Oh, you're done in the comments,
Oh,
bro.
no.
You're done.
It's alright, I'll retire.
Dunzo! Yeah, so if I didn't clarify this before, these are all Cleveite bearings. This is just a standard. The crank's new, bearings are new, everything's new. So this is just a standard bore. It's not 10 under, 20 under. Crank in my truck currently is 20 under because we had to machine that crank. So we're basically starting from scratch with this engine. 30 over bore, standard to pretty much everything else. I think 10 off the block and that's it. So, all right, so I don't know if I pointed this out last time. I think I did. So you can kind of see if this camera likes to actually listen and focus where I want it to. So I'm offsetting the rear main. It's a 2-piece main. We went ahead and pulled our little pin out so you can see that tiny little hole. Pulled that out because it's for our factory rope seal we're not using anymore because it's the 21st century. We have new seals. Put it about 3/8 of an inch up on one side, down on the other. We'll go ahead and we'll use a little bit of RTV or silicone, put the two ends together, and then we'll basically put a little bead along this wall right here. And then we push them together, it'll basically make a nice seal. We won't have an oil leak. Yeah.
I mean, it won't be like my FE?
Or any of my other cars in my driveway, yeah. Including my Fox body, which is, the only car that doesn't leak is my town car, which makes no sense. So one thing I like to do is basically I'll use a caliper, because once you torque this thing down to, 30 to 40 to 60 plus foot-pounds on the mains, it'll move the seal where you want it, but try to keep it within a few thousandths of where it's supposed to be. So basically set it on the cap, and then when you go down to the block, you'll try to match it, because you're pushing down on this, so the last thing you want to do is fold this thing. So usually I'll put it in decently loose, push it down in until the caliper touches the base of the block, and then I know it's actually in the right spot. So it takes a couple tries. Also, don't put it in backwards. That also doesn't end well. It's looking like it's pretty good. So now all I'll do is I'll just wipe some acetone across this base, make sure it doesn't have any grease or oils on it, and then we'll go ahead and we'll throw our sealant on it.
And check everything out to make sure that we put it together correctly. Oh, just like that.
Yeah, there's some lube.
Don't edit that out.
No, I'm not. We're keeping the good quality content here, boys. This is real stuff. On TV, people fart, they cut it out. We don't cut out farts here. That's not something that happens. Definitely not. You fart, staying in. Oh boy.
I got my finger in the hole.
That's good.
Nope.
It's a $1,000 hole. Oh no, not that way.
This way?
It's in backwards.
Oh, it is? Don't roll the crank.
No, definitely not. I'd just like to drive my truck again. That'd be cool.
Oh, instead of me driving mine and you not driving yours?
Just gotta rub it in, I see. I mean, the Fox body's cool, don't get me wrong, but I started this channel on my truck and I'd like my truck back. I think a lot of people could agree on that.
I want your truck back. That's why I'm here.
I know, everyone wants my truck back to watch me break it. Oh, that's nice. That's it. I'm certified on I don't give a I'm just kidding.
Right?
Oh no, you know what? We're gonna put it on a t-shirt. I'm a certified engineer. Engineer, spell it out clearly. Engineer. That's what I am. This is the main hardened bolt, the ARP main bolt with the washer. Now every single washer on the face of this earth has a upside and a downside. Directional. Every washer is directional. You probably didn't even know that. So one side has a chamfered edge and one side has a flat edge. Now typically in a generic scene of things, your rounded edge is going to go towards whatever you're bolting it on so it doesn't wear into it, and then the flat face is going to go up to the bolt. But you'll notice on this one specifically there's a chamfered edge on the inside. There isn't one on the opposite side, it is flat. Now you can probably barely tell, but on the inside, underneath the top of this head on this bolt, it actually has that same chamfered edge. So this thing is actually designed to machine fit perfectly flat up against the head of this thing, and they need to make sure that they go on the right direction. So just little things that you don't realize, because if I flip this thing around, I put this washer on backwards, which obviously if you're putting an engine together you probably would know to do this, but now you have a gap. So you can see there's a gap there. Just things you got to check when you're putting literally anything together. Check the washer. A lot of people don't look at that. Alright. Oh, I forgot my Frosty. Damn it.
Frosty Friday.
Crankshaft can wait, bro. This is it's all watered down now. Damn it.
drink it. You'll be fine.
Drink it for me, because if I drank that right now, you know what would happen? I would clear this garage out for like 2 hours.
Let's not do that. Ah, man, I spent $2.79 on this. I'm consuming it. Gotta use my snap-on torque wrench with my Harbor Freight sockets, man.
Yeah.
Alright guys, what's going on? It's been a little while. I missed you guys. So I've been away kind of for the last 2 weeks. I've actually been focusing on school a lot. Had a bunch of midterm season, so that's kind of why I was taking a break, taking a step back, taking a step away from vehicles for a little while, just focus on school stuff. You know, typical responsible person for once in my life. So this weekend we're gonna pretty much jump back into things, basically pick up where we left off with the engine, some Fox body stuff. I do have a lot of cool stuff going on actually with the town car that I wish I could show you, but it's not done yet, so I can't show you yet. Plus we have to take it to the desert and reveal it. It's a really cool deal. I'm actually staring at it right now. It's so cool. I can't wait to share with you guys. But we are going to pick back up with this thing. So in the last video, we basically got most of it together. We were starting to mock up the oiling system. So if I pull this cover off, you can see we have our Canton rear sump pan on this thing. It's off. This is not doing one-handed. All right, so you can see I got everything kind of mocked up. Pull this pan off. You can see I got basically everything on the bottom end together. It's mostly just for mock-up. So this is our windage tray. This is all Canton stuff. The only thing it isn't is the oil pump. It's a Melling high volume. I've had really good luck with these, so I'm gonna keep using it. Our windage tray, which is everything for this setup, is built for this application. So this is designed to work with a pickup. Pickup's designed to work with the girdle. Girdle's designed to work with the pan, the whole 9 yards. So that's another reason it was over $1,000 to have all of this stuff in the oiling system work together. But it's worth it in the end. So as you can see, I do have the girdle on it now. The crank still spins just fine. It's all torque to spec. It's a little bit tighter than before. So the one thing I think I'm going to do this time is, because this is actually torqued with a brace holding everything together, your main caps normally don't have the exact same horizontal stresses as if they would if they were bolted together like this. So this is holding every single main cap in the same stiff position. So because of that, when you torque it all down, it actually has more stress on it with a girdle than normal. So I don't want any sort of the cap to be maybe a different stress than another one and have some sort of, whether it's a bow or different stress or different shape. It's not a perfect circle is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna have this thing reline honed with the girdle and all the hardware I'm actually using to make sure it's all perfect. So, but it's already together. So the one thing I'm gonna do real quick while it is together is I am gonna hang a rod in the #1 piston slot right here. So I will go ahead and push a piston down this thing, it's a rod bearing on it, and go ahead and hang a piston, check my deck clearance, because I want a 0 deck on this engine as well. So basically we'll check our deck, tear this thing all the way back down, bring everything down to the machine shop, have it reline honed, and then we can put it together for the final time. Alright, then flip this thing over. Alright, so I was checking ring gap. I think the ring gap, if I remember right, was like 16 thousandths on all the rings. Doesn't really matter right now. I'm not checking ring gap. I'm checking deck clearance. So I'm just going to put it in with these rings currently. Throw it all together. The other thing is these are lint-free rags, so they don't leave off this like annoying lint that you have to continuously wipe down. So what I'm going to do, throw some gloves on. I'm actually not going to use these bearings. I found a different race bearing that gives me an extra 1,000th of clearance, so I'm going to run those instead. So I don't really care. These are just for mock-up again. The rod and the crank doesn't change diameter based on the bearing that I'm using. Nothing will have to be machined differently for these, so I'm just mocking them up. Got it, finally.
I heard it pop too.
Yeah, that was the ring compressor flying off, but yes, I got it.
Yeah.
Alright, so like I said, I wanted a 0 deck. I mean, I'll get a little more fine tuning and actually like check the rotation on everything and make sure it's exactly at dwell, but it's gonna be really difficult to show on camera. But I'd say you can see the piston can rock a little bit, so up top it's a little high, on the bottom it's a little low. So, I mean, we're within a like few hundred thousandths, honestly, if I had to guess. So I'll have to tap this thing around, but you know, I at least didn't want to see a huge lip is what I was checking. So it looks like it's actually perfect. This is basically how my last one fit, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think we get a pretty decent head gasket on this thing. This thing's gonna make some serious compression. So you can see there's that dome. That thing is fat. So you make a bunch of compression on a 3-inch stroke, you gotta put a huge piston in it, or a big dome on it, to actually make some real power with it. But yeah, this is, I think, 2cc bigger than the dome that's currently in my truck, and it's forged. Man, that thing looks good. That looks awesome. I love that. I went ahead and I threw this piston in as well. The reason I did 2 sides is to make sure that my deck is square. I already checked this side. This side's the exact same, which is good. So now I can go ahead and pull this whole thing back apart, all the way down to nothing. And then just bolt the mains and the girdle on the block, bring it back down to the machine shop. They don't have to take anything off the deck, which is good. That'll save me some money, and then all I gotta do is just do a quick little line hone, just kind of braze it, just take a little bit of material off the bottom, just make sure it's perfect. I'll be ready to put this thing together. Alright, block is secure in the work truck. I gotta figure out some way to not make it roll around, because if I put it on the mains, it's got a girdle on it now. So it's basically a big cylinder is what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna figure out a way to make sure it doesn't destroy my Rockford amp in the back of this thing, and we'll be good to go. Gotta do pulls in slow increments because my clutch slips now. I don't know if I told you that, but if you didn't know, now you know. The clutch in this thing slips really bad in 3rd gear. Got too much power, man. 140 wheels is just too much to handle. Alright, well, just got our block dropped off over at Rick's Machine. This is who does all my machine work. They do a really good job. We're out in Santee, California, if you guys are southern, local California at least. But yeah, so it'll be here for a few days. We'll get it back probably later next week, and we can start putting this thing back together. But man, this thing is just really dirty. Really, really dirty. I think I'm gonna have to wash it. Might take it to Cars and Coffee tomorrow, so probably gonna head down to Franklin's, pick up a sleeve for my town car because I'm putting a quick release in it. So I'm gonna head down there and grab that, go bug him and give him a bunch of crap about his truck, and give you a little update on that. So let's head down there. Hey.
What's up? You at my house?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm literally down the street. I just gotta put some gas in the Jeep. It's literally on empty.
Alright, I'll see you in 40 minutes.
I'll be like, maybe 5.
Alright, see you in 40 minutes. Alrighty, now to make the long drive up to Fullerton, California in this thing. I got 23.6 miles to the gallon on this thing. Absolute unit of a daily. I don't care how high gas is. This thing actually gets hella decent gas mileage. I got 314 miles to like 13 something gallons. It was actually very impressive. So if anyone says you can't daily a Fox by this, complete BS. I'll just take all the stuff it doesn't need off and don't do pulls because your clutch is slipping. Finish up today's video. We're gonna go over to the South OC Cars and Coffee out San Clemente Outlets, California. I'm up in Fullerton, California right now. I'm visiting my girlfriend, so we're gonna kind of cruise down there and spend the rest of the morning down there. So I'll catch you guys there. Nice. Oh my god, that's sick. Nice. It's a good selection of stuff out here today. This thing actually looks halfway decent, which is nice. No dirty garbage, you guys. I'm gonna make that a t-shirt. I think that'd be a good one. No dirty garbage, and then put a little like SpongeBob meme or something on that, or maybe a sticker. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, the brick nose over there. Oh, it's on Outlaws and TAs. I don't understand. How do they drive that kind of stuff up here? I mean, we're in like Huntington Beach. That stuff's like hella not legal too, and I love it. Oh, that thing's so sick. Dang, this thing's sick. It's got the AutoFab slope hood on it. I wonder what motor's that. Oh wow. This thing's like legit race truck too.
That's one you want, right?
It's got all the brush guards on it. Flowers on it, MPI wheel. That's cool. I like how it's a brick nose. Oh, no way. I wonder if it actually has a 400 in it. Probably. That's sick. Oh, these are Kingpin beams.
Still driving force?
These are F100 beams. That's cool. Nice. Big money. Oh wow, it's got a Paxton on it. That's cool. Damn. That's really cool.
Well, the thing is, I can't afford it. But.
Damn. Oh, he's even got the lunchbox. It's like my favorite Chrysler color. I was thinking about painting the white car this color. I don't know.
Yes.
You like that?
Yes.
It's like a metallic.
Yes.
Like in the sun, it looks like teal. It's not.
Yes.
Right, it looks like. There we go. That's it. Yeah, there we go.
I like that.
It's a pretty cool color. Not gonna lie. Oh, this is cool. 57. It's probably got a 260 in it. 257. Oh, it's a Y block. This is even earlier.
It's nice and warm right here.
That is so cool. Those are some interesting wheels. I have never seen that wheel before. It looks like it has a different frame under it. I don't know if that's how they were. But that's cool. It's a little bit of a show car. It's got equal leg headers on it. This thing probably sounds sick. Damn, look at that. Clean Fox body over there. Oh yeah. So sick. Oh, it's got a freaking coyote in it. Oh, that's sick. That is so sick. This is cool. I think this is a 720 GTR. I don't know my supercars, but damn. Ooh. I like how you kept beams under it.
Thank you.
That's good.
If you guys want any other shots, let me know. I'll pop the hood, whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Turn sideways. I'm just gonna lift it up.
Dang, that thing's insane. Trying to figure out what engine that is. It looks like an LS base. What engine is it?
It's a Dugan's racing engine.
That's what I thought. I could tell by the throttle body. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the beams Sean wants. Grill. Okay, Sean, so watch. So you ran a bar across, and then he mounted all the lights in the grill. That's what we told him to do. So now you know how to do it. It'll be easy. You can see it goes all the way over there, mounts his fiberglass, one big piece, and it's tied into the cowl. I like that. That's super clean. Color to this thing too.
It is.
Yeah. Look at the badges, man. That's sick. Got the Evos in it. Damn. Oh, and the freaking cage is tucked into the headliner. That's cool. Love that. Oh yeah. That's badass.
Hey, Mike, you like this seat?
Dang, this is a rad color. It's almost like it's like a pinkish bronze. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Ooh, we got the Bears. Terminator. The what?
It's an Eddie Bauer.
Oh, it is an Eddie Bauer. Need me one of those.
Oh.
Look at the seats on that bad boy. Is that what you want? Let's get ready. Ah, yes. California traffic, baby. All the way as far as I can see. It's like 40 minutes of just traffic. So that's always fun. Just finished up at South OC. That was pretty fun. Seemed like the Fox gets a decent amount of attention, I noticed, which is pretty cool. So it's nice to see at least my daily driver, which isn't the most show quality vehicle, obviously. Still, people enjoy it, so that's why I still bring it. And it's still fun to do it. I like going to different cars and coffee and seeing what's there, so it's cool. I'm gonna head back now. Might as well wrap the video up here. So thank you guys a ton for watching today's video. Hopefully about mid next week I'll get my engine back. We can put it together for the final time. So stay tuned for that. Like the video if you did enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.